Hello everybody, today we're going to graph the quadratic function f of x equal to x squared minus 5x minus 6. Now the graph of this function is a parabola. The first thing you want to know is whether the parabola opens upward or downward. Since the coefficient of x squared is positive, it's positive 1, the parabola must opens upward. So the parabola would have this shape. Right here. Now what we need to do is we need to find the vertex. Now how do we find the vertex? There are two ways to find the vertex. You can write it, this function by the way is in standard form. You can write it in vertex form. Or you can find the x coordinate of the vertex to be x equal negative b over 2a. So this would be the x coordinate of the vertex, where a is the coefficient of x squared, and it's 1. B is the coefficient of x, which is negative 5. So negative b over 2a, that's negative times negative 5 over 2 times a, which is 1. So you'll end up with negative times negative, that's 5 over 2. So now you have the x coordinate of the vertex is 5 over 2. Fraction, but that's okay. 5 over 2 is 2.5. Now we need to find the y-coordinate of the vertex. The way we find the y-coordinates of the vertex is we plug in 5 over 2 in the equation. So we replace x with 5 over 2. So let's go ahead and do that. Find the y-coordinate of the vertex. That's f of 5 over 2 equal to 5 over 2 squared minus 5 times 5 over 2 minus 6. Okay, so as you can see, we're going to end up with a fraction, but that's okay. We can do that. 5 over 2 squared, that's 25 over 4, minus 5 times 5, that's 25 over 2, minus 6. Now, in order to simplify this, in order to subtract, add, and subtract, what we need to do is we need to have the same denominator. We do not have the same denominator. The LCD in here is 4. So what we need to do, we need to multiply this fraction by 2 in order to get 4 in the denominator. And whatever you multiply in the denominator, you have to multiply in the numerator. And here we need to have it have 4 as well. So we need to multiply here by 4 and here by 4. So now we'll end up with 4 in all the denominators. So simplifying this, what do we get? We get 25 over 4 minus 25 times 2, that's 50 over 4, minus 6 times 4, that's 24 over 4. Okay, now simplifying this, 25 minus 50, that's negative 25. Negative 25 minus 24, that's negative 49 divided by 4. So this is the y-coordinate of the vertex. As you can see, there are fractions, but that's okay. Sometimes we have a vertex with fractions. This is the same as 2.5, and if you plug this in the calculator, you're going to end up with negative 12.25. Okay, so you can, if you want to, plug it in and graph this, and we have here the graph here. We get 2.5. This is 5. 2.5 is between 2 and 3, and the y-coordinate is negative 12.25. So here's negative 5, negative 10, negative 12. Let's do it a little bit more. So it would be around here. So this would be the vertex right there. Let's make sure we have this. So this is the vertex right here. Now, since the parabola is going to open upward, we're going to have the X intercepts. Okay, so we will go ahead and solve for the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. How do we find the x-intercept? We set y equal to 0, or in this case, f of x equals 0. Okay, so let's find the x-intercepts. Now the x-intercept, again, that means f of x is equal to 0. Okay, so now that means I have 0 equal to x squared minus 5x minus 6. and you can, if you want, to put the equal on the other side. Now let's see if we can factor it and realize it's you can factor this one. X squared, that's x times x. 6 is 2 times 3, or 6 times 1. If you take a look at the first one, 2 times 3 is 6, yes. And 2 plus 3 is 5, yes. However, this is not going to be the right choice because the product is negative. So one of them would have to be negative. If I choose the 2 to be negative, negative times 3 is negative 6, yes, but negative 2 plus 3, that give me positive 1. I don't have a 1 in the middle term. Or you can make the 3 negative and this one positive. Again, if we were to add these two numbers, I'm going to end up with negative 1, not negative 5. So this is not an option. This would be it. Negative 6 is negative 6 times 1. And negative 6 plus 1 is negative 5. So this is a correct one. X negative 6, x minus 6, x plus 1. This is a correct factoring. Now solving for the x-intercept. So that means I have x minus 6 equal to 0 or x plus 1 equal to 0. Solving for x, we add 6 on both sides and x would be equal to 6. And here subtract 1 on both sides and x would be equal to negative 1. The x-intercepts are 6, 0 and negative 1, 0. These would be your x-intercept. Now let's go ahead also find the y-intercepts. Now to find the y-intercepts, you set x equal to 0. Set x equal to 0. So in our example here, when x is 0, this cancels when what you left is negative 6. So 0, 0, negative 6. So when x is 0, that means f of x or y equal to negative 6. So the y-intercept is 0, negative 6. Okay? So now we have the vertex, we have the x-intercept, and we have the y-intercept. And we know that the parabola opens upward. Now we can graph the parabola. So we have 6, 0, negative 1, 0. 6, 0, there it is. Negative 1, 0. And the y-intercept is 0, negative 6. So 0, negative 6. There it is right here. It opens upward. It's going to be like this. So let's graph it. Try to do it as and here is the parabola. It opens upward. It have a vertex in the 4th quadrant. You have 2 x-intercepts and y-intercept. As you can see, this is the minimum value. This is the vertex. I can go ahead and write it as 5 over 2, negative 49 over 4. The minimum value is negative 49, 4. Okay, so this is the graph of our parabola. I hope you find this video helpful. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.